Stay tuned for Butler on Business, coming up next on the Liberty Express.
And welcome back to Butler on Business. My name is Jason Riddle, here with Alan Butler, and we're joined now on the phone by Dyan Cannon. She's an award-winning film and television actress, director, screenwriter, editor, and producer, and now author of the newest book, Dear Cary, My Life with Cary Grant.
Dyan, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm surrounded by a couple 20-somethings in here, and just about 3 weeks ago, I asked them if they had ever seen the movie Heaven Can Wait, and they said no, they had not. And I said, well, yeah, that's one of my favorite movies, and of course, you were one of the stars in that movie. Anytime that movie's on TV, I watch it. So,
well, that's a good thing. I do too.
Oh, it was a great movie.
It was a good movie, but you know, the book that I wrote, the 20-somethings will dig, because even though it's starring Cary Grant and Dyan Cannon, it's I don't want to call it a self-help, but from the reaction I'm getting, I just had a girl who writes one of the biggest blogs in the world write me, and she's 23, saying that this book was about her life. So I'm very grateful for that, because there's no age to the book, and I think it will inspire, and I think it'll help lives. Honestly, that's why I wrote it now. I waited so long to write it so it could be a helpful as well as a hopeful book.
Well, tell us a little bit more about the theme of this book. It's obviously much more than just about your life with Cary Grant. There's a love story in here, but it seems like there's the message about healing broken hearts and learning to love again, and maybe could provide some inspiration to people.
Yes, exactly that. It was a great romance, an amazing romance, wonderful romance that went south. And what happens to love? I mean, what happens to it? 1 out of every 2 marriage results in divorce. So what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? How can we fix it? All those things are talked about in the book, because I really take my clothes off. I so to speak, in the book. I let you see the heart of the matter. I talk about the demons that Cary had to suffer because of a terrible childhood. Deserted by his father, abandoned by his father, told his mother was dead at 10 years of age, 20 years later told that his mother wasn't dead, that she was indeed in an insane asylum. Demons he really had a hard time connecting with, and when I got pregnant after we got married, it brought up all those things that he hadn't dealt with, which is why he started to use LSD earlier. He started LSD with a wife before me. Cary was married several times before me. Of course, that concerned my mom and dad more than it concerned me, because he was older than my father. But he was Cary Grant, and he was gorgeous, and he was warm and sweet and funny and stubborn and controlling. And, what happens sometimes is that we make gods out of these people that we see on the screen, but we all have stuff to work through, right?
Absolutely. Now, if you were a 20-something, a girl, a female, 20-something, what would she get out of buying and reading the book?
I think it'll inspire you any age. The book really has no age. If you've been through divorce, and some of the signings I've been to and some of the phone calls I've been getting, it's helping people. One woman told me that it healed her. It made her look at her relationship, which is a divorced one, and it helped heal it. 20-something, it might help you avoid some things, such as when you love someone, as women, we're taught to serve, to help, and I've had men tell me that it's helped them. It's really so fulfilling to my heart, because this is the first time I've written a book, and I've waited so long to do it. And I could have made windfalls of money years ago doing this book. They wanted a different kind of book. They wanted a tell-all. This is not a bashing Cary Grant book. It's not that. It's more than that. It's more of a self-help book starring us. They would get how to, no matter how much you love someone, no matter how deep that love goes, if that person wants you to do something that's intrinsically against your fiber, against that little voice inside that says, don't go there, don't do it, then don't do it. Listen to that and be faithful to that, because wanting to love somebody and wanting to make them happy is a great thing. But honestly, we can't make another person happy. We've all got to find that inside ourselves and bring that to a relationship. That's one of the strong messages of the book.
Now, let me ask you, since I know when you first met Cary Grant, he introduced you to like Jimmy Stewart, Frank Sinatra, Audrey Hepburn. Was Howard Hughes ever among that crowd?
Yes, I met Howard at a party one night. I met Howard at Clifford Odets' home. Clifford Odets was a big writer, big playwright, amazing man, and yes, I did. But we didn't have any great conversation. It was just a hello. I met a lot of people with Cary. It was I was immediately in circles that I hadn't been in before. Cary was not a go-outer a lot. Cary, because he was such an icon, we spent a lot of time at home. And he wanted me to give up my career, and I did, and in order to make him happy. But there again, you can't make someone happy. And he had to pursue me in the beginning because that little voice that I talked about earlier said, don't go there. And I did. I was worn down, but happily so, because we had an amazing, amazing romance and a beautiful daughter. So I don't regret a moment of it, but I have learned from it. And in my learning from it, I'm helping other people learn from it.
Well, it's an excellent book. I'm about halfway through it. It's Dear Cary, My Life with Cary Grant, written by actress and producer Dyan Cannon. I appreciate you coming on, Dyan.
I love your accent. I'm going to come get some of that.
Well, you know where they really like it is over in the UK.
Do they?
Yeah, they love to hear it. Now,
I'm going there. They bought my book too, but I just love it.
Do you?
Well, we look forward to having you come through Atlanta.
Oh, I hope to see you when I'm in Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I've been there. I've visited it many times, and I'm so looking forward to coming again.
All right. Well, we're going to take you up on it.
Okay. I look forward to that.
All right. Thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye now.
Bye.